went on the road with Nick, and the cool thing about that is, it's me and Nick on the road, and now I get to go to all the BET Awards.
I was about to say,
all the,
yeah, you were
106 in Park. I'm with my celebrity homeboy who's hot.
He was, yep.
As fish grease right now.
That's right when Drumline came out?
Drumline had just dropped. And so he's doing a movie here, we're going here. I get a chance to travel the world with my homeboy.
Yeah.
And make money.
Yeah.
I wasn't making stupid money, but for me
money.
it was money.
Heck yeah.
I was like,
plus connections and network.
Yeah, so I'm meeting all these people. I get to go to spring break. I'd never been to spring break in college. I get to go to spring break. I went to 3 spring breaks one summer.
Damn.
And with my celebrity homeboy who's hosting it.
Right, that was probably a great time.
And then it was like, down the line, it was like, he was like, yo, I got this thing that I want to do. We put it together. I mean, we shot the thing at the Comedy Union, very small venue. Nick took his own money, he shot it, and we sent it to MTV. They said, we love it. We'll do it. Kevin Hart was in the pilot.
Yeah.
Then he got big on Soul Plan, and he did the second pilot.
Okay.
For the network. Then they picked up 8 episodes, and then I came off the road with Nick. I was having a son, and then Wildin' Out was born, and then Wildin' Out went away for 4 years. So we did the first 4 seasons, and then Wildin' Out went away for about 4 years. And but they were still running it like
so we didn't even realize it.
Oh, I did. I did. I wasn't working, and during that time, like I built other relationships, and I got the For the Love of Ray J. I got that kind of put together and all that. So I was making a little money, and then years later, Nick had the opportunity to bring it back to either MTV or MTV2, and so he says, I want to be a big fish in a small pond. So we all took pay cuts, and we went back to MTV2. Went back to MTV2, broke all the records and numbers. Then we went back to MTV proper, bigger budgets.
Oh yeah.
And then
they said we need y'all to come back over here to this main one.
Yeah, because it's a rerunnable show.
Yep.
And people will watch it no matter what. Evergreen, it doesn't matter.
You're right about that.
So
reality TV, you had a spin in that as well?
Yeah, so I used to play in the NBA E-League. And it was
I remember that.
Yeah, it was a dope-ass league where all the celebrities and shit would play ball. And I was playing with Ray J, and then Nick and I had done a pilot with 51 Minds. It's a big production company that they were like the kings of reality. And so I got cool with the owner, and I say, yo, man, you guys are doing that, what's the Flavor of Love shit? I said, would you ever do one with the dude, Ray J, who did the tape with Kim? And this is fresh off the tape.
Damn.
And he's like,
that was a glorious time back then, Patrick.
Yeah. And then he was like, yeah, bring him in. So we took a meeting, we pitched the show, and that money got me through the next couple of years. Because then they did a season 2, and they had to pay me again. I was like, oh, thank you. Yeah. Because I was a man with no country. Nick had married Mariah, and I was lost.
You was left out here.
I was in the streets by myself trying to figure it out. And then he brought the show back, and then for the last, 10 some years, we've been working on that, and it's been good. And
but you never stop believing.
Nah.
You never stop believing in your dreams. You never stop believing in yourself, and you never stop believing in God. And
that is the
what
key.
gets you there.
That's it.
You did
Absolutely.
reality TV. I want to see the differences between doing something like producing and and having a hand in something like For the Love of Ray J to 90 Day Fiance.
Yeah.
How was being on set when it comes to that?
I mean, like, in what regards?
Like the process, the filming, how did their structure? What was that like?
For me, it was just like talking about what I was going through in my private life. At that time, I was being stuck in a toxic relationship, and I was not aware of my strength as a woman. And I was just trying to figure out what my next step was gonna be. And I was happy to be able to express myself and talk about it, So it was just me talking about.
That's all the whole show was?
How did you get on that show?
Just like I didn't even know the show like to begin with, because we don't have it in France. It's like in every single country in the world but France. So we don't
That's
have it
crazy.
in France
They're
on
too
TV.
sophisticated.
Yeah, they don't play. They don't play that big. Y'all got Love Is Blind. That's my shit. You watch Love Is Blind?
All that.
That's my shit.
Love it.
And so, yeah, I started watching that show with my ex at that time. He introduced me to that show, and then we applied, and next thing I know, we're in that show. And it's just like, yeah, about showing that you don't have to lose yourself for anybody. Nobody is worth losing yourself for. Like, you can...
That's correct.
You have to choose yourself first. And that's what I learned, and I feel like I'm happy I got to have a voice through that show.
Nice.
And to show women out there that we can lead the way towards getting where we want to be, because like I know who I am, I know where I want to be, and I'm going to get there, and I don't need a man to get where I want to be. So I feel like I'm grateful for the show to be able to show that, yeah, we can survive, we can be who we want to be, and it's okay, you know.
Yeah.
I am my most beautiful love story.
That's good.
Oh, I love that.
That's nice.
I love that.
That's a
I
nice.
love that.
Okay.
Girl, you better get you a man. Stop
Yeah,
playing.
yeah, yeah, right. Was it easier?
We not unimportant.
I don't need y'all. Well, gee, Willigers. TV, reality TV, scripted TV, film. What was the differences between those for you?
Well,
What did you find?
I
What did you
started in
find most?
scripted, and I love scripted. I love telling stories, and then I got into this unscripted space, which, you know, it's taking care of me. But my love is scripted, and I want to get back to that, but it's like I just haven't gotten back all the way. Like I write stuff with Bentley sometimes.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've written some other scripted stuff that we've sold, but it's like I kind of want to get back to that. But then I'm looking at how long do I want to work? You know what I mean? Like, can I get another 5 years or 10 years out of this shit and then retire?
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm looking at the exit strategy now. You know what I mean? Like, I got to start living my life. Not start, because
You've been living.
I've been
Right,
living.
it's great.
But like, I want to focus more on that
Okay.
than work, because you know, when you hit that mid-century mark of almost 50, you start going, hey, I gotta,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
I if I want to go do some traveling and do some things that I really want to do, I can't do that at 70.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people start going, oh, I'll do it later. No.
You don't know if it is. or not.
Imagine being a woman.
Later is
That's
not
even worse.
promised.
We have less time than you guys.
To travel?
No, you
We have
don't.
less time to do everything.
You guys live longer than we do.
Hey,
Yeah,
they live longer.
If we
People
want to
care about y'all.
Well,
if
yeah,
we
if
want to
you-
build a
that's true.
career, if we want to build a relationship, like we're on a time frame for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like thing we want to hear is calm down, relax. Like, no, don't tell me that. Like, do not even go there. Because like,
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
true.
we have to always be multitasking. That's our daily life as a woman.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I mean,
Can't argue the woman.
I can't argue that. I can't argue that. I'm not even going to try.
It's a losing battle.
It
you
is.
gotta-
It is.
I concur.
It is. Yep.
I concur.
Exactly what you said.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Was there a person or a moment throughout your career or upbringing that gave you like a piece of advice, or was there a situation that really like sparked something or that resonated with you that you still stick with?
Man, there's been
Something that you
different,
can tell. Something you know.
so many different quotes.
Give them to me.
I mean, it's. I couldn't even. I would have to just write a list.
Let me rephrase it. Let me ask you this, and like, for a new creator, producer, someone aspiring to go on a journey like yours, what would you suggest for them? Like, what would you tell for them?
I would say read The Alchemist. Go crazy and read something from David Goggins that tells you about pain and everything you have to go through to get to success.
Yeah.
And read anything from a winner.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, like I read Phil Jackson's book.
Great. Okay.
You have to learn from winners. You have to. You have to. If you just read what winners do, you'll start putting it all together for yourself. But you have to
That's what you do.
figure out.
Study the greatest.
I mean, I watched people that were good at what they did, and I just paid attention to that. And I was like, he's doing that. I need to start doing some of that. And then when I started reading a little bit more, when I was on the road with Nick, we used to read all the time. And Nick is a really like stupid smart guy that people are like, they don't even
People don't even
understand
know.
that.
Yeah, I
like
ain't never
he
seen it.
that